Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Reino de las Mascaras, the Kingdom of the Masks. I am your host as always, Ray de Mascaras, and today we're going to take a trip in the time machine. And we're going to go back to a time that probably not a whole lot of us really want to remember. So, 2020, the world came to an absolute standstill. People were sent home from their offices and their places of work, and masks, and not the cool kind, like the one you've got here on my head, became mandatory. And over time, there were some very smart individuals and companies that jumped into the market for those masks and made them reasonably pretty cool. You know, I always told people if I have to wear these, I'd like to wear something that was my style. And Lucha Central, and with conjunction with luchamasks.com, made it happen. You know, honestly pretty cool. But these are not what we want to talk about today. I am talking more about what came a little bit after that from Lucha Central and lucha-masks.com. And what happened was that brought me an opportunity to add this mask to my collection. And I've highlighted Penta masks quite a bit, very similar to this one. And what sets this one apart is this one is signed right there. And I know what you're thinking, you know, you've shown off signed masks before, and you would be correct. This one was my first, and that's why it stands as a little more special. You know, you always remember your first one. Fellow collectors, I know you can definitely attest to that. But, you know, it was just like, it was really cool. It just happened at the perfect time. You know, I saw the talk about it on Twitter, and I watched as all 10 of them started disappearing quite a bit. And it was like, okay, you know, bummer, but next time. And it just so happened that this one came back on the market. I don't know the specifics. I just happened to know that it was back for sale. So I jumped on it a little bit early, birthday present for myself. But I got this, and it was like, again, it was the first one. So it's the first mask, you know, for the first signed mask that I ever got, and also, you know, the first mask of an official nature. You know, I had always gotten pro-grade masks in the past, but this one was the first one from one of the, you know, the luchadors themselves. So I got this, and it was like flabbergasted. You know, you can see the sequins, how they pop off the light, you know, the red and black color scheme. You know, you can't go wrong with that. But it was, you know, it was me taking this out of the package that it was mailed in and just holding it and feeling like, wow, this is like monstrously thick. You know, it was solid. It was, you know, the piecing over here, it's like very, very durable. So obviously, with it being the first time I had ever bought a mask of this nature, I was floored, absolutely floored. But you can see, you know, it's got the dragon design on the sides, you know, got the forehead piece. Just, it was an incredible moment, and an incredible experience for me to, you know, have that first time. You know, I've talked about many masks in the past and talked about, you know, being floored by them, being, you know, just amazed when I get them in hand. And, you know, that stands, but it's just, there's something about that first time, you know, when you realize that, you know, the pro-grade masks that you were buying, the replicas, they're very nice, but nothing compares, you know, to an original, to, you know, something official. And, you know, the cool thing too, I'm sorry, the light bar is going to shine on this really bad, but, you know, having, you know, good old certificate of authenticity, you know, to put alongside, you know, so the way I have it set up behind me is, you know, got the mask here, and then this sits behind it. So I've actually got a little bit of a plan here, and you'll see it in the coming weeks, but I'm going to redo the shelving behind me. My parents have some wire cube shelving that they don't have any use for, and so I'm going to put those up behind me, and I think it should fit ahead. Most masks, RS masks, might be a little tricky, but we're going to see how they work. But I think it's going to work out nice. You know, I'm going to have, you know, each mask is going to have like its own little section, and you know, it's going to have enough time, or enough space to, you know, really put a focus on it. So I can put, you know, the mask, I can put, if it's, you know, if it's ring worn, I can put the picture frame in front of it. And I just think it'll pop off real nice. So I'll probably show off some of the progress as that happens, when it happens. I believe it's going to be a few weeks yet before I, you know, go see my parents. So, you know, definitely look out for that. I'll post some progress on that on Instagram. I'll probably do a short or two on those. So look out for that. I think it'll be really neat. Kind of a short episode this week. Kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, I could talk about this all night, like most masks, but a lot of times it'll probably just be me repeating myself. But one more look here. But yeah, just, you know, I don't have anything other than this one in the same color scheme that's in official capacity. So yeah, it's just, you know, I love how the sequins pop. As usual, I don't wear this one here much like most of my signed ones. I'll put them on for, you know, a promo pick or something like that. But other than that, really don't wear those. I keep them on strictly display basis. So that is this week's episode. I want to thank everyone who voted on X to decide on this one here. Perhaps I will tackle the Ray Phoenix ring worn one that didn't win the poll. I am still looking to do a Q&A here in a short little while. It's been a while since I've done it, at least aside from the one with the wife, but I kind of consider that like a special episode. So if you have any questions, contact me on Instagram, and I'll start compiling questions, and we will have a fun episode as we always do. So again, that's this week's episode. We'll catch everybody next week. As always, live, laugh, love, and Lucha Libre. We'll see ya.